Alright, time to play some more Banished on our harsh mountain map. And, what's our status here? We have no fisher people signed up there. We have a lot of fishing docks, and not actually a lot of people assigned to it. We do have the population just over 50, which we need to maintain that for 20 years to get an achievement. This is a small, harsh mountain map that we started on hard difficulty. We're probably not going to do any farming because we're not going to have a huge population, so we should be able to manage ourselves simply with sort of gathering type of things. In fact, we haven't even started trading yet, so that should be okay. We can cut back on our workers there, keep the laborers around just for convenience and flow and efficiency. Although we could give a little bit more fisher people in there. I'm going to increase the food limit to 10,000, even though we really don't need very much food given our population size. We've got plenty of wood, apparently. We've got our tailors doing the hide coats, which we're getting leather from hunting. We've got... do we have a mine? We have a quarry. No, we have no miners assigned. So we have no mine, and we are out of iron. So obviously we... yeah, I think we want to set that up. I mean, we could keep picking things off the surface. And actually, the iron's not too far away there. Okay, we're going to do one more set of collections over here just for iron with our laborers. But we are very soon going to have to pick up a mine. I'm going to make sure I'm not dragging anything on the other side here. Although I might go ahead and preemptively build a bridge just to avoid some problems for later. There we go, like that. Just make sure there's a bridge across the river. Like a bridge over troubled water. I don't want my people to die on a death march like has happened before, because that would be horrible. La da da. There. The village is looking a little Spartan. You know, lots of empty space, and it would be nice to fill it. The problem is, I don't know what we're going to fill this space with, because I don't think we need that many buildings. We will be building more houses because we need to make sure our population stays above 50. Hey, terrible plan. Thank you for subscribing. Appreciate your support. Yeah, we need to make sure our population doesn't ever drop below 50 for 20 years, which is actually going to be really hard with various disasters and things. Really hard. If a tornado rips through here, what happens? So we need, how much do we need? Like, do we need 100 people maybe? That's possible. We might want as many as 100 people. And spread out so that a fire or tornado doesn't devastate us completely. Let's take a look at our walking distance map. Yeah, I was going to say there's probably room for another house here. Certainly later if we increase the number of stone cutters as well. And then over here, well, that's not too shabby at all. No, that is very adequate. We've got this for overflow, not that it's really come up. Could use some housing over here. The problem is there's not a lot of room for anything here. And that's not the world's longest walk. That's not too bad. Oh, Karen has died of old age. We could actually just stone that up, or... is that stone already? I don't think so. I think that's just a dirt path. We have some stone. I think it actually would be worthwhile to get a stone road down here. And a little bit more. Fair amount of stone involved in doing that, but I don't think it's a bad idea. You need to assign some builders to doing that. Just 2, leave 1 general purpose labor. Is there anywhere we can cut back on anything? Actually, I think we can cut back on our foresters a tiny bit. Go up 1 more on a builder count. I think that would be a relatively decent idea. Get that stone road down. I mean, it uses up a lot of stone that we could be using for houses, but I think we're going to see a nice gain in efficiency overall. That is going to be a good idea. I would still like just more sort of trees over here, like more forest for the gatherer's hut and hunting cabin, but they have been doing just fine. Even without a full complement of workers, they're generating a lot of nutrition for our little society here. A lot of calories. Boarding house is empty. New family there. Established family, and unfortunately they're probably not going to have any more babies. Yeah, we're going to have a real age crunch hit us. A lot of people just past breeding age. Ooh, yeah. So we actually might dip below 50 for a little bit. But then it'll come around. And yeah, we definitely need a few more houses. But we're going to wait a little bit longer for that. Where's the chat? Can't see the chat. Hello! And yeah, people keep asking about the price of the game. It is, they are looking at about $20 for the game. And considering the amount of gameplay I've gotten out of this, $20 is easily worthwhile. Easily. Hopefully, people in Europe or Australia don't get completely screwed on exchange rates and things, which happens sometimes. It's like $20 US, therefore 20 euros, and 500 Australian dollars. Like, what? And the same thing kind of happens in Canada from time to time, because for the last couple of years, the Canadian dollar has basically been at parity with the States. And then you go and you like buy a book in a bookstore, and it's like US price, $20. Canadian price, $45. I'm like, really? So very disappointing. Hello, Anarch. We are playing Banished. A game that is due out in on the 18th/19th, depending on what time zone you're in exactly. A very nice game, built by just one person. Man, once the modding kit gets developed for this is going to be the single sickest game. Still use a mine at some point, but we don't have the workers for it. I think I'm going to kick back up to speed 10 at this point. Mostly just waiting for a few things to stabilize here. Get that road finished, still lots of stone. I would like to upgrade my various wooden houses to stone houses, but I think we just mostly need new houses right now. I'm going to go ahead and drop one in right over here. Get that going. Builders are mostly busy building the stone road, and I think that's okay. Could cut back on a number of stone workers, but I don't think so. I think we need to keep the stone coming in. I think I'm generally okay with the placement of things. Food situation is fine. Although we will need to max out our food buildings. That's the thing. Right now they're not maxed out. We will need to keep increasing the number of people working there as the population grows, but we're okay right now. There's currently no plans to add a military to the game. And that's not something that can be modded in either. A lot of people keep bringing it up. It might happen at some point. But probably a smaller scale thing, if anything, I would suspect. Maybe, yeah, dealing with some bandits or like wild wolves or something like that. Because it's not the sort of game that's meant to be played as a fighting game. It's most be meant as kind of a Zen builder kind of experience more than anything else. So I think it would be foolish to make combat a major part of the gameplay. I'd like to make a stone road over here as well. It's a fair walking distance. Someone has died of old age. And oh, killed by a falling tree. Oh, that is really unfortunate. Now, we don't have a school. No, we do have a school. Okay. I don't know what our current education levels are, but, you know, at least the new kids are going to be educated. Question mark there. We made it through winter. Still got lots of food. Everything is fine. Waiting for resources to be delivered. There. We have no laborers. Everyone is dying of old age. I will pull back on my stone cutters then. And that's okay. Builders might run out of material from time to time, but then they'll just act as laborers, and that's okay, because I actually need more laborers than I've got, so I think that's going to be fine. Someone just got crushed by a rock. Oh my god, our people are dying from, like, stupid stuff. Those are probably uneducated people that keep dying. I hope. Someone wants to see zombies added to the game? Yeah, okay, sure. Because if there's one thing that makes Essentia happy, it's the idea of just adding zombies to every game forever. She thinks our society might be slightly zombie obsessed, and I can't disagree there. It's like, why are zombies such a thing? They're not even that cool. I mean, like, and I'm not going to suggest that, I'd say on the hierarchy, it's like, mummies, werewolves, zombies, vampires. Yeah. Let's add vampires. Hey, it worked in Dwarf Fortress. There's nothing like taking in a migrant and then finding out that they're secretly a vampire and murdering half your population. Very exciting. Because unlike the were-lizards, you don't know it's happening. Just suddenly people will die and they'll have been exsanguinated. And it's like, oh, we must have a vampire, but I don't know who it is because they do it in secret. Great gameplay. God damn it, stop. Everyone's dying of old age. Oh no. I gotta hope that new families are spawning to replace this, though. That is quite the population curve. We might actually have a huge drop in population. Although it's okay. I mean, we're not going to go down to nothing. We've got food supply. We've got everything we need. We're okay. It'll mean a slowdown in construction, but at the same time, we won't need as much construction if our population keeps dropping. Daleks? Really? Someone's making the case that Daleks are on top of vampires. I shouldn't say that. I mean, I mispronounce things and misspell things all the time. It's just kind of funny. Daleks. Daleks, of course. I assume you're talking about the Doctor Who villain. Reserve stone is low, and that's all right. More people dying of old age, which is less than ideal. Let's cut back on the builders after all, and just have dedicated laborers. I mean, that path here, it'd still be nice if it was done. It looks like it's mostly done, though, so that's okay. We don't need to rush to finish this house at this point. That's okay. Good. Another person reached adulthood, which is nice. We also have a fair amount of students. I guess that's part of our workforce is right there being delayed by this whole school thing. But education is pretty good, I guess, he said grudgingly. We have a lot of tools, probably more than we need to do. We're at the tool limit, though, so I guess that's okay. So the blacksmith's going to take some time off. Food is good. I don't think I want to mess with things. I think I just want to let it, like, keep doing your thing, village. Stabilize. Building too much right now I think would be a big mistake. Build a town hall so you can pad your numbers with nomads. Maybe. We take... Hey, Lucky Misfortune, thank you for subscribing. I appreciate the support. The town hall, yeah, okay. Obviously, we don't want to have too many nomads. We've seen where that leads. And I don't think that we've got enough of a food buffer to do it. Again, I set my food limit up to 10,000. We're not actually increasing at this point. And I don't really have the extra people to send them there. Well, maybe. And again, I'll go ahead and dedicate, say, one builder. We'll very slowly like keep advancing and building things. Too many nomads could actually crush my society. But if I have all these people dying of old age... And it's not like I don't have enough jobs for them. I mean, if I took in like 30 nomads right now, they would all instantly become food producers. It's not terrible. It just takes a lot of resources to build that town hall, though. If we look here, I need 124 stone, 48 iron. I've got the iron. I don't have the stone. But it's not a bad suggestion. Looks like we're getting some more people being born, new students coming into play. No laborers. Oh, that was previous. Okay, no, we're mostly getting through the population hump, I think. More kids are kind of coming in here. I'm not totally feeling it. We're only at 54 people. Far from ideal. I'm gonna go ahead and get an extra fisherman just so that someone's working this dock. I mean, A, the question mark kind of annoys me, and B, hopefully it adds to our efficiency by sort of keep spreading it around. I don't know if the fishermen's docks work that way. Certainly, I feel that that's the case for things like the gatherers, because it's you see it even in a very old growth kind of foresty kind of thing. With 4 gatherers working at a gatherer's place, do I not have one here? No, I guess not. I don't know. Anyway, like this one, they'll run out of plants to pick, and then they'll go and sort of do the laborer thing. So I think having a pair is very sustainable. Even going up to 3 in each place is probably sustainable. At 4, you sometimes end up with dead periods, but you probably still produce more than 3 overall. And I don't know if it applies to fishermen. So your sort of per person efficiency is higher if you don't max out your gatherers, but you still get more food overall if you do max it out. We actually got a bit of a drop there. New population. Did that new house get finished? It did get finished. That's okay. 17-year-old and 18-year-old. Good. Make lots of babies. You're young and fit. Stonecutter and a student still. Yeah. You'll do fine. Make me babies. Population going up ever so slightly. Food is probably fine. Probably just a drop because of this house kind of kicking in. I'm actually curious about what our workers are doing here. So they pick things up and bring them to the market. We actually still don't know how the market works exactly. I think that these vendors only pick up things and bring them to the market. I don't know if the range has anything to do with anything. I think that if people need something, they will just walk to the market and then pick it up. I don't think the market auto-delivers goods to homes. It'd be very nice if it did, but I'm not sure if I'm seeing evidence of that. I'm not sure. The problem is there's still a lot of questions there that really, like, the description of the item sort of says one thing, but that's not necessarily the way it works. This person's getting something to eat from their home, then going back to work, Again, they're bringing goods to the market. I never see them deliver things somewhere else. Now, interesting she didn't use the wheelbarrow for that. Now, is that because she's just never getting ahead of things? Maybe with 12 vendors here, you would see different behavior. Is it because the goods get delivered automatically? Or is it, as I suspect, people go to the market themselves to pick things up? And if you watch other people, you will definitely see them go to the market and grab goods. See? People are just doing that. And I think that's what happens. I don't know if this range really says anything other than like an indication, a helper, to like give you a hint as to how far people might go. I don't know. Big question marks. Big question marks. So mostly waiting for our population to increase. Getting some more resources. We could start the city hall thing. I'm curious if I did build more houses, if more families might actually split off into them. I see Adriano here actually would be ready to go off somewhere. It might be. Might be. More kids. Maybe we'll start building City Hall. I'm going to wait for more stone to come in. I'm going to leave this basically as is. We'll go up and increase the stone cutter ever so slightly. Is there more stone nearby to pick up? There's some over here. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and flag that. Go ahead and grab that stone. Don't want to overdo it. Our laborers have important jobs. What the hell? Let's get that going. So we need, what, like 128 stone or something like that for City Hall? It would be very nice to build it. So the plan is to play this probably for an hour-ish. And then we'll move on to another single-player game. Dungeon Keeper, Dungeon Crawl, Dwarf Fortress, I don't know. I feel like maybe doing Dungeon Keeper just because it would be nice to actually have a video of it for my channel. So that's why I think that's what it's going to be. And then we'll probably do some, like, silly League of Legends, all random, all mid. Just because it's easy to organize and it's always fun and people can bitch about how bad I am. I'm bad at all the things, so it shouldn't be a surprise. Oh, it'd be nice to fit it in there. We could fit it in that way, which would be okay. Aesthetically, is there a way I would like to have it be? Right next to the market? I don't think there's much point in that. In fact, you'd almost rather have houses there. Right next to the river? Maybe at this crossroad. And everything is very spread out and kind of Spartan. I think I like it at this crossroad. And we basically have all the supplies we need for that. Yeah, if we could start getting nomads and accept them in an appropriate manner. We do have a house for overflow. They would instantly go and become food producers. I think it's doable. How many coats do I have set up? Just 20. Actually, I think that's probably reasonable. Although, if we do start to accept nomads, you know what? I'm going to bump this up to 50. We're going to have a nice big supply of coats. And we may want to start trading at some point. I'm in no hurry to start doing it because we are not planning on doing any farming. We may have to. Especially being tight on space like this, we actually might be forced into some farming. Maybe just a couple of crops, right? Just over here. Room for 2 nice crop fields. That might not be a terrible idea. So we'll probably want to trade at some point. So we'll slowly increase our counts and then just keep that in mind. Stone should be okay. I mean, we'll burn through most of it. Oh, someone was crushed by a rock. That's tragic. The current Dwarf Fortress run is not messed up. We do have to start building weapons at some point. But assuming we don't go into a mad tantrum spiral, we're going to be okay. It's entirely possible, though. People are going to be kind of cranky about things. But other than that, the fortress is quite nice. I don't want to lose it. I do have some copper. I should probably start building copper weapons, but also a bunch of wooden crossbows. I don't know why I was holding off quite so long. So, population relatively stable. I would really like to have it shoot up a little bit more, especially since most of my people are about to die from old age. More adults coming in as a labor, which is nice. Food is dropping. Making me very unhappy there. I'm going to pull back on my stonecutter as well and assign one more hunter. Actually, I should just put in more gatherers because we know that they're really crazy good, right? Let's do that. There. That'll actually bring you up to 3 gatherers at all 3 of my gathering huts. No, that's not true. I guess I'd want 9. There we are. Only 1 spare laborer. I don't know if that's ideal for efficiency. I can probably cut back my foresters a little bit. Because I'm good on logs. Okay, I like that idea. Another baby. Adult count is going up. We're now at 57 people. But it's very slow. Reserve of iron is low. It is low. Now, we're good on tools for now, but we will want more. And I think I've kind of exhausted the amount of iron that's just lying on the ground in a convenient place. There's a little bit more over here, but it's not terribly convenient. And this is all across river, although we do have a bridge. Alright, let's go and collect a little bit more that just happens to be lying there. That's a long walk, but a little bit more for now. I do want to set up a mine soon, but the problem is I don't really have a huge population base to support it, but I think we're going to have to. So I flagged a little bit, and then we'll go ahead and... Oh, so close. That's a shame. That was a real shame. Would have been kind of a nice place to put it. If we were over 1 more, well, even then it wouldn't be okay. Shoot. Up here? Yeah, I think that's fine. Oh, not too high, so we'll go as low as we can so it doesn't infringe too much on our foresty kind of circle. And this actually gives us enough room to put a crop down if we wanted here. Alright, let's get that going. It'll use a lot of stone. But that's alright. We're not really using stone for much else. I'm going to apply a couple of builders. We want more houses, but not quite there yet. Blacksmith can't do anything, but that's okay. We're good on tools. Could actually release the blacksmith for a little while and just have an extra laborer. Let's do that. Stop like whining and trying to pick up some more things. Frankly, the tailor, we're going to do that as well. Just to get a few other people in the laborer pool temporarily while we get a few things set up. And we'll probably set up like a couple of token miners. Just to slowly let the iron trickle in. Could put in more builders. I think building slow was fine. Keep the laborers around for efficiency. Plus they're having to take these long walks over here to grab that iron. It's very far away. It's a good thing we're not doing that in the middle of winter. We might have had some people freeze to death. Feels like the death march across the river that one time. Not quite that brutal. I like the amount of trees we've got over here, though. Good on tools. Good on coats. Actually, these coats will last us for a really long time with our population base. And we're mostly building that many just to have trade material. I'll be curious, once this finishes, very curious to see how many pieces of leather we have. Because they've got up to that 50 coats in like no time. So there's clearly no shortage. 24 leather here. Probably most of the leather is there. That's fine. Fishing. Food counts continue to drop. Dangerously. Let's max out on hunters. Put in a few more fishermen. It's actually really scary how much it's dropping. Should have been paying a little bit more attention to it. What else am I going to do? This is sort of the minimum number of stonecutters I really need to sustain the like few buildings I keep putting down. Well, luckily we're getting more educated people becoming adults, but we might still be losing more than anything. Luckily, our overall health is pretty good, and health helps to dictate when they die of old age. So we're not terrible. Oh, yeah, and a big shout out to A Kiss for Luck / Ava, who yesterday celebrated her 1-year YouTube anniversary of making videos. Just check her out if you don't watch her already. She does great Banished content and other stuff. But, you know, very recently the Banished stuff, and I think it's been exceptional. Alright, so we've got that built. We'll see if we get any nomads. It'll be interesting to see. So, yeah, we are consuming quite a bit more food than we are producing. It's it's a dangerous position to be in, to the point where I'm going to go ahead and actually kill my stone. I'll leave one token stone cutter, but we will max out our food production. Well, as much as we can. I'm going to leave the builders in there. We'll get the mine set up. I could drop to just one builder, but yeah, two. Very scary, actually. I guess I was not quite prepared for our population growth. So we could set up more food centers. But, I mean, we're not working our current ones to capacity. Again, I still feel that, like, spreading things out probably leads to more efficiency per person. But, frankly, we don't have enough real stone to support a lot of that anyway, so I don't know. I actually really would like some seeds, I think. Just because space is a bit of an issue. Although, also is manpower, right? And farming is not quite as manpower efficient as gathering. We might build another little gathering setup over here. I don't know. I was really thinking about putting crops there. I think, okay, there's a hill here, but there's room for one nice crop field right there. And then what? Well, we could potentially do some crops over here as well. That wouldn't be too bad. We pretty much don't have a whole lot of space. Actually, this spot here might be replaced with crop production. There's not that many trees or like old growthy kind of stuff to work these places anyway. Although they do a pretty good job. That's not bad. Coat's still good, tool's still okay, so we're going to leave things as is. Someone else dying of old age. Really don't have that many breeding pairs. Man. Man, oh man. We're going to definitely have a big drop in population. I'll pull back on the builders and assign one token miner, just so the question mark goes away. Do we even want nomads? Like, we don't have a big food stockpile. Died of old age, replaced as a hunter. We definitely need the hunters to keep going. And I want to keep a couple of laborers around to carry some goods, do a variety of little things. Wow. Oh, it's a little rough. I don't know. I don't think there's anything screaming out at me that I need to do, though. I think we mostly just sit and wait for... I think it's just this population wave. You know, Ravenna got to kick the bucket at some point. And there's not a lot of new families either. I could see us dropping down to like 20 people and then rebuilding from there. But at that point, we'd be in a great shape. Like, the town's not going to go away, but we might get a serious drop. How are these people doing? They're making kids? Good. Eesh. At least people can live to a relatively old age. You guys, make babies. We need more. If I was playing Tropico, I'd ban contraceptives or something. Make more babies. Man, we gotta play more Tropico. Problem I'm still having with Tropico is the fact that the music is like mega banned on copyright on YouTube on the new system. Really bad. And playing Tropico without music, I don't know. It won't be anywhere close to being the same. Okay, a bunch more people dying of old age. I'm going to cut back on foresters. Just leave, I guess I got 3 places. I'll leave 1 in each. Maybe. Yeah, and mostly they're working as laborers, actually. You know what? Let's just drop to one forester working in one place. Food is going up, which is good. I'm going to go ahead and assign a couple more fishermen. Keep the food going up. I would like to be in a place where you've got like over 5,000 food and then accepting some nomads. That might be really good. Can we get age graphs? No. Wait, there's population and citizens. Oh, health, happiness, education, clothed. What's... Oh, the education is low. Climbing a little bit. Yeah, I'd like some age graphs, like median age of my population. Actually, what does the food graph look like? If we look at, like, the 5-year. Yeah, that's pretty clear pattern. Bottoms out and is definitely going up now. Okay, so we'll just try to keep that moving upwards as much as possible. We're dropping a little bit in wood. Of course, the problem is we do need a lot of firewood. Now, I've been building stone homes, and I would like to upgrade my wooden houses to stone houses, which actually we might start to do. We don't really need many more new houses. Just need to kick some of these old people out. I got no builders assigned. I got enough stone. Actually, let's do that. I think that'll be fine. I don't know where they went to live. Oh, in the boarding house. Okay. And that's kind of what it's there for. Potentially to absorb nomads, but I think I built it with the idea that we were going to upgrade houses. Because right now, our firewood demand is going to be really brutal with the harsh winters. I mean, not that, like, these people, this is not a Canadian winter. Like, oh, it's harsh winter, it's -5 Celsius. Oh, listen. It was minus, like, 30 yesterday. Actually, I think it was -29 and then -30 something with the wind chill. Something like that. Don't harsh winter me, stupid game. Good family here. Good family here. Oh, you know, we could use some empty houses. Because Milia here could probably move out. Form a mating pair, a breeding pair. I talked like my people like we're on National Geographic or something. Reserve of stone is low. Not that low. We still have 1 token wood or stone cutter. A little bit extra laborers. We could potentially put it back in. Looks like our count of iron is staying okay. Oh, right. We're not producing any goods. Is it time to put a tailor back in? Not yet, but I can't forget about it. Oh, someone else died of old age. Food supply should generally continue to go up, which is good. Wood is not great, that is true. And it is dropping. Probably need to, like, reinvest in some foresters. I mean, we could do a little bit of clear cutting here and there, too. Let's try to avoid that. Okay, don't need our builders anymore. That got rebuilt. Nice. So I'll put in 1 more forester. That way all 3 of them have 1. And we've got a young... Milia, see? A young mating pair went in there. I don't know where the old person went. Maybe that's actually one of the people who died from old age. So that's good. We need more breeding pairs. So we're now at 61 people. Okay. Now, population continues to grow quite clearly. We will have to tackle the food situation again very soon. We could build another fishing spot over here, which would not be a bad idea. Now, fishing's not great compared to other things, though. I don't think it's time to start trading for farming stuff, though. Actually, a fishing spot here would be fantastic. I think. Because there's going to be some houses, and yeah. Oops, it's facing the right way already. I think that would be fine. We could really build another one down here. And then just keep assigning more and more people to the fishing job is probably okay. Again, I prefer gathering, but fishing works okay. Right? Probably producing around 800. Yeah. And that's with 3 or 4, so that's actually really not bad. Really not bad. Riverstone is low. But we can't really... We do have extra laborers, and we do have to assign some builders, though. So I don't think we can really add more stone cutters. No. We have more and more of our population working in food resources, but that's pretty normal. I think in Banished, you can expect more than 50% of your population at any given time to be working in food industry. Check to see if there's anything in the inventory over here. No, I think when people move out of the home, including a boarding house, people will come by and clear the inventory and, you know, bring it to the market or something, which is very convenient. Another winter has come in. Been at this one for 24 years. It's pretty good given the climate. I mean, considering our first go at this map, people instantly died. We didn't survive through our first winter because the build order, we needed to be more aggressive on housing. I think everyone froze to death. But it was hard because, like, you don't want people to freeze to death, but you also can't have them go hungry, so you're trying to do everything at once. Wood keeps going down, and if we do run out of logs, we will be screwed. Let's cut back to just one builder. Sign a forester. I really want to keep a couple laborers around. And again, we could do a little bit of clear cutting, especially right in town here, for example. Let's go ahead and grab that. Why not? I don't think we're really going to run out of logs, but we're definitely going down. We're capped on firewood right now. Or, yeah. Well, it says limit reach, but we're clearly below 500. There we go. It just takes a second to update, I think, is all it is. We actually might want to set our fuel limit higher. Especially with more houses. Although we're getting more stone houses. I'm actually going to go ahead and set it to 1,000. I will feel much safer. Also, theoretically, we could trade it if something like that came up. I wonder what the Stark's saying is during winter. Next winter is coming. Yeah, the question of when are we going to get a trading post is a very good one, and one I don't have an answer for. We're not really in a surplus situation right now. Would a trading post help us get there a little faster? Well, we could set up the farming. But, like, what we would trade, like, in the meantime. So to set up the farming, we need 2,500 value. And getting to that will be hard. We really need to turn on our tailor again. Gonna run out of coats. And I suppose I'll turn on the blacksmith as well. Population has gone up. We've got 42 working adults right now, which is nice. 11 students. Hell, like over 50% full at our schoolhouse, which is a nice sign. Food supply keeps growing. If we got some nomads now, I'd probably take them in. So we've got a lot more room for extra fishermen. And I'm fine. I'm fine with these guys being sort of split up where they are. As we get more population, we can assign more people to the fishing job. Like, we're ready for that. If we got, like, that's the thing. If we got nomads tomorrow, we'd be able to dump 11 of them into fishing. Boom. Done. They'd pretty much be able to feed themselves. And I would feel okay with that. So, obviously, we'd like a little bit more resource gathering, but... like, more stone cutters would be nice. But I don't feel comfortable pulling anyone out of food right now. Our supply is going up. I guess we could dial it back a tiny bit. I don't know, though. We could set up more forest settlements. You know, probably across over here. It's not, I mean, again, these mountains mostly get in the way. It kind of blows. We wouldn't really have room for more workers overall, but yeah, we'd sort of spread them out. Hopefully keep the efficiency a little higher. We may do that. Just maybe like... I don't even know if I'd bother with the forester here, at least not right away. I might just put a gatherer. Gatherer hunter. It's not bad. I don't think they even need stone. A little bit. A little bit, but not much. We don't have quite enough stone for it, but we'd be damn close. There's technically some stone kicking around over here, what we could pick up. But we also don't have an excess of laborers for that. Still, I think it would be better to get them to pick it up than to put more stone cutters in. It's not that far away. Well, it's far from great. Do we have a stockpile over here? No. We could drop one down over here, though. And that might not be too bad. We'll let it get set up, and then we'll maybe go and collect the stone. And then hopefully the people who work at the market will then be responsible for grabbing that there. So everyone who's got kind of a real job won't be taken up. It's interesting in this game. You feel like you're perpetually short on people. And that's, I think, because most of your population is going to be busy doing food. And it's good by design. You should always feel like you need more and more and more stuff. I mean, the thing is, if you had a bunch of idle laborers kicking around, it would mean you weren't producing enough food. So, you know, you'll never have a lot of free people. And that's good. Good design. Yeah, go and grab this stone. I don't think it's too bad. And we've got an extra labor. 2 extra laborers just kicked in. Shelling and Gideonta? Alright. Sure. Why not? It would also be nice to upgrade more houses to stone, but we're not quite there yet. That is a full house. We really actually should build a few more houses. We could definitely support it. In fact, we might want to do that. Since our food keeps going up, I think I'm going to build a second house right over here before we go and build our other wood area. Or not, it's not a wood area, but another like sort of foresting gathering spot. The hunter and gatherer. Yeah, I like that. I'd also like to upgrade homes, but I think we mostly just need an extra home or 2 right now. You need a lot of stone for this too. But hey, we just flagged all the stone, so it should be okay. Yeah, and I would like some of these households are definitely ready to split. Winston here, he's 20, still living with his parents. Etham, 17, same thing. So yeah, we could use some new houses. Because we don't want to end up in this sort of wave again where we've got tons and tons of people dying of old age or keeping up homes and blocking more breeding pairs. You want to really stagger this as much as possible, so building this house is going to be a good idea right now. All right, I like it. Do 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 do. Good amount of food there. I mean, overall, we're good on food. Blacksmith is out of iron. I guess that's a good sign for increasing our miner count. And he'll mostly just work as a laborer right now. And we're good on tools. I mean, we can burn through them relatively quick. But I'm not panicking on the tools front yet. Did we collect all that stone? Yeah, there's a little bit of iron we could grab over there, but I think I'm going to hold off. That house got finished. Good breeding pair over here. Very, very nice. Builders available. I think we'll pull back and go and drop in 2 more miners and 2 more stone cutters. And we'll sort of sit back and let more resources come in. Are we out of leather? Oh, no. Still waiting on iron there. Okay, good. And we're capped on the tailor, which is great. How much leather do we got kicking around? Still 26 leather. Good. We're going to be fine there. Mostly we're going to sit around capped, and the tailor is mostly going to act as a laborer, and I'm going to feel very good about that. I'm not going to toggle off the tailor at this point. The sort of part-time laborer here is going to be just peachy. Food supply keeps going up. Lots of extra room for more food producers, and we probably will build this area as well. Although, there's something to be said about using our stone to build more houses. Although, I guess we also need iron. Iron for stone houses? I'm pretty sure. And that we may not want to do. We may want to keep what iron we have for the blacksmith. So, given that, I will go ahead and set up a gatherer's hut over here. I think something like this. I like that. And then I can have the hunter right on the other side. Yeah, I think just like that works out. Good. And we'll want a road there at some point whenever we can actually see where the gap is. There we are, like that. Is that lined up? I think that's lined up there. Yeah. Someone else died of old age. Overall, okay, our adult population is almost at 50 now. And now I think we've got a pretty good margin. In fact, I really expected us to dip below 50 with this, like, baby boom population, but it never happened. Food is going up beautifully. Population, so the yellow is the total one. Yeah. Trending upwards. Now, we don't necessarily need to trend more than this. And actually, I might stop with the house building. Possible. We do need to ensure enough houses for breeding, but I think we're actually there. I mean, we have 24 people waiting in the wings. If enough old people die off, I think we're okay. I think I might use my resources to upgrade my wooden houses at this point. Although, some extra buildings over here would be pretty smart. Actually, we could probably use a little bit of a storage stockpile not too far away, and a storage barn. I don't know if I want to encroach on the area or not. I think I will put it here. And then a couple of houses over here for minimal walking would also be smart. And that will probably be the end of my building. 2 houses here just so that these people can live near where they work, and then call it quits. Both in terms of building, but also in terms of this gameplay session, because we've been going on almost an hour now. So it'll be a good time to switch off. I don't know what people are talking about in chat. Looks like drawing and brothels. I'm sure there will be a brothel mod at some point. And whether that's, you know, a sign of, oh, look how good and flexible this game is, or a sign of, like, how sort of immature gamers are. I don't know. Do I want a diagonal there? Probably. I don't think I'm going to build much there, and I would just like a road. Because I'm sure there will be people walking in this direction. There we go. Good. We don't have any actual builders. I will assign 1 whole builder. Leave the rest idle. All the goods should have been delivered at this point. Yeah. Laborers bring the goods over. Oh, there we go. Just finished that. You can tell because the foundation pops in. And all of a sudden we have no laborers. We had a laborer die of old age and a fisherman die of old age. No builders then. Leave 1 general purpose laborer. Very important. Do we want to pull back on anything? Maybe I'll bring back 1 stone cutter. Because we actually have a little bit of stone. And other than upgrading our buildings, we don't have a lot of demand for things right now. Alright, let's have 1 builder then. I like this row of houses between the mountains. Might be a little claustrophobic, I suppose. And actually, it would really suck when it rains. Or when the snow melts. You know your ground floor is getting flooded every goddamn year. Like, if you're smart, you actually build on the hills. But we can't. So we don't. I guess you get a little bit of shelter from the wind, which is nice. But you don't get quite as much draft coming across your chimney. So it might actually get smoky in your house sometimes. If you're up and then your house is exposed, your chimney's a little bit more exposed to the wind, it's good at, like, kind of sucking out the wood smoke. But if the chimney's built right, it's not much of a problem. Look at this one. The chimney's right in the middle, which is actually a great place to have your fireplace and right in the middle of your house. Keeps everything really nice and warm. All right, more laborers, more children being born, population keeps going up. Okay, we're definitely not having to worry about population. To the point where, like, I'd almost like to not build more houses over here, but I still will just for efficiency. I might not build them right next to the building. I could build them up here as well. Technically, then they'd be closer to grabbing stuff from the storage barn or whatever, but a little bit longer to get to work. They'd still have a pretty long walk to get any firewood. And I'm not building market over here. I think I will build it over here. But not yet. Mostly want to let this stuff get finished. Our 1 lonely builder slowly building things. We might be able to cut back on stone cutters, but I don't think so. I think we want to let this keep going up so that we can do some upgrades. Mostly just have to wait for a little bit more population to kick in, because we can't really pull in one off of anything. Let's look at the tailor. We could, I suppose, pull off the tailor and throw in a builder, I guess. Sure, let's do that. 2 whole builders. We can't give individual permission to link. You have to be a moderator or not to link. There's a few whitelisted things, but other than that, if you want something linked that's good, you can always just do a direct message to one of the mods and then have them link. That works. I just realized I don't have TweetDeck running. People have probably been tweeting me and I've been missing it. I always have TweetDeck running. What's going on? Oh, nope. Alright, good. So we got that, but we're good on coats. Tools are going up, which is good. A little bit of iron, just enough to keep things going. Feeling pretty good about that. Getting the occasional warning that the reserve of iron is low, but it's really not that low. Very slowly getting those buildings up. Excellent. And yeah, we'll need some houses over here. Actually, I suppose with the potential of 7 people to be working over here, 2 houses might not be enough. Now, a lot of times people will be pairs, so you'll get like a couple of people working there in one house. But we might want 3. Definitely need houses here for convenience, though. I'm going to plop 2 down. We don't quite have enough resources for all of them, but I'll get them down anyway so that they'll get built at some point. It's actually going to decrease my iron supply a fair bit. Let's go ahead and add 1 extra miner and 1 extra stone cutter, since there's going to be a requirement for that. Because each stone house needs 10 iron. We had, what, like 15? So we're going to run out, and then we'll complain that we don't have enough for the blacksmith. And, oh no, the sky's falling. But overall, we're okay. Well, there's a little bit of stone there. Tell them to pick that stuff up. I don't know if there's any iron hiding under here, but we can do that too. There we are. Getting our little road set up over here. Everyone can basically get from anywhere to anywhere relatively quickly. Fisherman's died of old age and has been replaced. If we could keep our population stable at this count, it's going to be really, really, really good. I think it's going to go up a little bit, especially because we're building a couple of houses. But other than that, no, we're in pretty good shape. And the big question mark will be if we end up with a blockage of like old people in like weird places. Because I don't think people will move out of their home into a boarding house to create a family. And now the question is, what if we get migrants or nomads? Do we accept them? I'm not sure. Food supply does keep going up, which is nice, but do we really want like 100 plus people? 150 people? We really just need 50 to be self-sustaining. Or to get the achievement. 50 for 20 years. Anyway, I think we're going to put a cut in here. I am going to go get another beverage. And when we come back, we'll look at a little bit of Dungeon Keeper 2. See you there.